Alright, hello, hello, hello. Good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Today we have the new Poker Night cards from King's Court and a couple of Magnet Warrior and Union support. First we're gonna go through the Poker Night cards, and then in a different video we're gonna go through these two. So let's get started because we have a lot of cards to go through. Right, so first of all, Arcana Triumph Joker, level 10. If this guy's in your hand or graveyard, you can send one Queen, King, and Jack from your hand and or face-up monsters into the graveyard. Special summon this card. Okay? Gains 500 attack times the combined number of cards in both players' hands. And you can discard one card, destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls with the same type, monster spell trap, as the discarded card. Okay, so let's look at the script. Right, so the first effect is Ignition, location hand or graveyard, special summon. It's not once per turn. No, nothing here is once per turn. So we don't need this. Alright, so let's see, SP cost. Okay, yeah, it lists all three in the nights. Okay. So the cost is that you send one each from your hand or face-up monsters into the graveyard. Okay. Is it just a Martin card? Okay, 3 checks, each with a different code. Is code, and is location hand. Or is face up, you don't need this. Because if it's in the hand, you're good to go. If it's face up, whether it's in the hand or the master zone, you're good to go. And the master zone is specified here, so it's fine, I think. The able to greatest cost. Okay. So you do the same check for 3 knights, for all 3 of them. And then you select one by one. Queen, King, Jack. Put them all in a group and send it to the graveyard as a cost. Okay. Alright, so and then the second. You check if this guy can be special summoned. Operation info. No, there's one little detail here that's not being checked, is if you have free zones. Point being that if you have no free zones, you have to send something from the field, otherwise you cannot do this. So how are we gonna do this check? Because it needs to go in the cost. So I think I'm going to... Alright, so local FT is going to be the number of free zones the player has. So I think it's the get location count. DP location M zone. So FT is how many free zones the player has. And then we're going to pass this into the filter. FT. 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 And then in here, we're going to do an additional check, which says, it's going to say, you either have empty zones, or the card you're trying to send has to be in the master zone, in the main master zone. So we specifically need to check the main master zone. Let me see. What's the function name exactly? Because I can't remember. MMZone or something? No. Card is in main M zone. There we go. This one. So whenever the game checks each of the knights, right, it's gonna check, okay, does the player have free zones? If he has free zones, then we're good to go. If he doesn't have free zones, this card needs to be in a master zone. At least one of them. Now, I just thought about something else. Yeah, it's not quite right though, because if yeah, it's not quite right. We may have to do this with select on select. Right, so let's see. Let's do that way. Let's try and do that way. Boy. So over here we're going to take all the knights. Let me remove this. Okay, so this is going to be see filter, location, hand or master zone. Let's do this 3 times for 1 time for each knight. Okay, now G1 has all of them, all of the available ones that you could possibly send. Now I need, I could use a card that uses and select with different names. Okay. I think there's a Fortune Lady card. I think it's the one I usually go to. Yeah, different names, so let's see. Let me put all this in a comment, because a lot of it might not be used at all. So if check is 0, right, so what this check is gonna do, needs to be 3 exactly. This needs to be G1. Okay, so this by itself is gonna check. It's gonna make you select from this group that has all the possible knights. You're gonna have to select 3 of them, and they're gonna have to have different names. So this is gonna account for having to select 1 of each, basically. Now we need something extra for the for the to check for the main master zones. Let's see. Min max. I'm just looking at the parameters real quick. Let me see, Chaos Sorcerer maybe. Rescon. Right, this is the one I want. Let's do that. I mean, just copy this. Back to the script. And we're going to replace this one with S rescon. Here we're going to do the different names check manually, which is fine. Get class count, I think. Get the count of different results, yeah. So SG get class count, card get code, get code. Needs to be 3 exactly. So we need to have 3 different ones basically. Check. Okay, and then this should be fine, I think, as an activation check. And then we're going to do the actual selection. So I don't think we're probably not gonna end up using this, I suppose. Rescon, this needs to be 1. And then TP and hint message to grave. So we select the 3 monsters and then we send them to the graveyard. As the cost. So I think this should be okay, but we're gonna check it in game in a moment. Let's proceed to the rest of the effect first. Okay, so target, this can be special summoned. Okay, this is standard special summon stuff. Okay, so the attack update, it gains 500 for each card in another player's hand, pretty much. A bit attack, M-zone, EDOPro, and this. Field group count, location hand times 500. You don't need this because you're checking the same side, the same location on both player sides, so you don't need to specify a player here. It just makes it a little simpler. There's no functional difference. And the last effect is the discard 1 to destroy stuff. Okay, for starters it's no once per turn. Ignition, destroy location master zone. Okay. Cost is 0p, let's see. There's 2 C filters. So that's wrong. Let's do this C filter, like destroy C cost filter. Okay, so cost is existing matching card, something in your hand. It gets a type, can be discarded. And is existing matching card diff filter. Or face cards the opponent controls. So that's wrong. This needs to be 0, this needs to be on field, and this needs to be TP. You pass the type. It's face up and it's type. And we need TP here because we're using it over here. So TP. TP. And then you discard the card and then you put the type of the card as a label. Makes sense. You're going to reference that later. This TG. Right, this is wrong again. I mean, I don't get how CC makes these mistakes because it clearly says all face-up cards the opponent controls. Anyway. Category destroy, this is for Slifer, and not Slifer. Stardust, this is for Stardust. Stardust Dragon. And then the operation, get matching group. Again, we need to fix this. field. The fielder label is the type of the card that we discarded. Face up and type to destroy. Okay. Alright, so let's see if it works. First of all, we need the 3 knights. Queen, Jack, King. Attack thing and destroy thing. Let's get a field spell. We can try both spells and monsters. Don't shuffle. Opponent yes. Start. Okay, there's no errors, which is a good start. And I can use the effect. Okay. 6 cards, so it gains 3000, that's correct. And then, let's summon a monster. Activate a field spell. Make sure that the destroy effect works. Can discard either. Okay, there's a small error it seems. 91, G. Attempt to index a number value. So does this return... Maybe discard 100 returns how many you discarded or something? It does. I guess we're going to do this, or rather actually discard hand, and then G is gonna be you will get operated group. Also want to try having multiples of each knight, so let's see. More cards in the hand. So the moment I select queen, I cannot select the other queen. Same here, same here. Okay, we'll summon. And now we need the opponent to have something to destroy. Something for us to destroy. Oops. Okay, so activate. I just got a monster. Boop. I just got a spell. Boop. Okay. It's not 1/10 or anything. Okay, so I think it's fine. Let me delete all this that we had to change to account for the master zones checks. Right, so I think it's fine. So we can move on to the next card. Let's keep these here because we're gonna use them again most likely. Okay, so we can move on to the Joker's Knight. Let me drink some water. Okay, Joker's Knight, level 5. Send 1 Queen, King, or Jack. From your deck to the graveyard cost. Spell summons from your hand. If you do, copy the name until the end phase. And during the end phase, this guy's in the graveyard. Target one other light warrior, shuffle into the deck. If you do, add this card to your hand, and you can only use each effect 1/10. Okay, so let's see. Ignition, hand only. It's a good start. Special summon, cost. Let's see. Wait, no, that's the. I'm looking at the wrong script. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is the Joker, the one I just fixed. Okay. There we go. Okay, Joker's Knight. Special summon, ignition, location hand, hard loss per turn. Cost. Okay, so cost. Let's see. Is a Gazimatsin card. Filter, which is the wrong filter name. Location deck. Queen is called Queen, King, or Jack. Type monster, doesn't have to be monster. Sounds good from your hand. Is able to give us cost. Select. Okay, select. Send it. Label is the cost of. Label is the code of the one you sent as a cost, so you know what to copy later. And then here you check that you have free specials, free monster zones. Summon this from the hand. It's POP. That's kind of worthless. Special summon. So if you special summon successfully, change its name. Change name. Until the end phase. Okay. Value is the label, which is the code that we saved up here. Change code, blah blah. Probably doesn't need this flag. I would say so. It doesn't need it. And then the graded effect to deck, to hand, trigger row field, event phase end, location grave, hard loss return. It's missing the targeting flag. Set property. Let me grab it. Flag real quick. Add target. Okay. What does it target? One other light warrior in your graveyard. Location grave, control TP, filter. Let me replace this with C up here because we need to check that it's a different one. So, and check C is different than C, and the filter says, what the hell is this? That's completely different. It needs to be a light warrior, so is attribute light, and is race warrior. And disable the deck. Yep. It's below. So she's able to hand and his existing mountain card in the graveyard. And okay, this is existing target. Okay. And it needs to exclude itself. Like another light warrior. Okay. Select target, operation info to deck and to hand. Shuffle the deck, and if you do it, discard your hand. So, if its target is related to effect, send to deck. Let me replace the constant here for shuffling, and his location deck or extra deck, and says related to effect, send to hand C. Okay, so I think that's fine. Select target, is existing target. Okay, so let's try it out. So first of all, we can send any of the knights from the deck, the special summon, and the name is copied. And in the end phase, if this card's in the graveyard, we can shuffle another light warrior from the graveyard into the deck and return this one to the hand. So we just need a way to send this to the graveyard after summoning it. So we're going to use Dark Hole. Okay, activate. Let's say I send Quinn. Special summon. The name is still as Quinn's Knight. And then if I destroy it, in the end phase, I should have been able to tribute it to activate the effect, but I notice I made a typo here. Is attribute. So let's try again. Checks Knight. Yep. Target this. Goes into the deck. Here it goes to the hand. And that's it. And phase reset here. Okay. Hardless patterns are here. Okay, so I think he's fine too. So we can move on to, what's this? The Fortune Lady card. We don't need it anymore, hopefully. Okay, so Imperial Bower, the last monster. Level 4. If you control no other monsters, tribute this card. Take 2 different monsters from your deck among Queen, King, and or Jack. Either add to your hand or special summon each monster. You can only use this effect once per turn. So let's see. Special summon. Category. To hand. Category. Search. Missing. Ignition. Location. Master Zone. Once per turn. Just a note here that this is the English texts say you can only use this effect of blah 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 once per turn. So technically they list themselves, but the Japanese texts no longer do that. Now I don't think there's any case where this is relevant, but I'm going to move the we're gonna make it so that it's not listing itself. But I mean, it's not relevant in this case. I don't think there's any case where it's relevant, but I'm just saying. In the Japanese text, it says you can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. So it doesn't actually say the name. Okay, condition. You need to only have... you need to control all the monsters. Cost, you need to tribute itself. Okay. Is there an issue with the tabs here? Oh, well, over here there is. Just that, okay. Okay, so, how did he do this? Okay, the filter, what does it say? The filter is code Jack, King, or Queen, and it can be special summoned or you can search it. This is a little weird. Now, first of all, it doesn't take, because it's not guaranteed it's going to do either of these two. You don't know until it resolves, so it doesn't take operation info. Now, we're going to use the same method that we used for whatchamacallit, the this card. We're going to use the same function. This function. Let me move it up a bit. Okay. Now another thing we need to check is the locations. So this time we need to check it this way. Get location count, location, oops. So the deck only, yes. Okay, it's gonna be G. It's going to be 2 exactly. Rescon is going to be, so we didn't use this one after all. So let me remove it. Rescon is going to be this, but not exactly that. Right before that, we need to add the FT check here, so it can be special summoned and FT more than 0, or is able to hand. This is not needed. SOS code or not or and all this, which is able to hand, or it can be special summon and you have zones. Okay, so that seems fine. Over here we're going to do this, I suppose. Or rather, I guess we could do the different names function. Instead of yeah, we could do that. Okay. Okay, and then when it resolves, FT, need to pass FT here. Yeah, the select and select is going to do the check for you, so we don't need this. If SG is 2, then okay, so G are the knights in your deck. SG, you select 2 of them, and then you do to hand or else. Okay, so wait, so this is a small detail here. This says either add to your hand or special summon each monster. The way I'm reading this, you get to pick what to do for each monster. Because if you picked for both monsters, it would say add them to your hand or special summon them. But it says each monster, so I can pick to search one and special summon the other one. That's the idea here. So what we need to do is very simple. We're just going to run a small loop here. Like TC in Ox next SG do push everything by 1 tab. And then change this to TC. Zero. Wait a minute, this is a little. Let me reference synchro overtake, because that seems a little weird the way it's written. So let me go back here. Or maybe I read it wrong. Get this. The CTP function. Okay, we're missing this check, the special summon check. This can be special summon rather. Just copy paste it. And then is the okay special summon face up. This has to be DC. Okay, so I think that's fine now. Okay. So let's go ahead and try this guy real quick. We have two in our deck. So what should happen? Oops. Too many cards in our hand. Is that it should ask us for each one what we want to do. So tribute. Okay, so I'm gonna pick Queen and Jack. No, we don't know which one it's asking now. That could be a problem. Yeah. Huh. How are you going to improve this? Because the order is not the order you select in, it's probably in memory, whichever one is loaded in memory first. So it's not very clear. Let me think. We may have to do the selection one by one. Oh wait, after we select with this, we could add a small selection here, which is gonna determine which card we're talking about. Maybe. Let me think about it for a moment. So basically what I want to do is local T1 is something like this. Group select, what's the parameters? Player min max, player min max. So select the first card. select one of the two cards, and then it's gonna ask you what you want to do with it, and then you do the other thing, and then you select before the other card, basically. Is there a better way to, like, something that's more user-friendly, maybe? Player-friendly, rather. Select two cards. This is kind of ugly. Summon complete. So I think this way TC is going to be the other card. So, I mean, let's see how it looks in game. Tribute. So I select two cards, Queen and Jack. Now I select which one I want to perform the first action. I select Queen and then select Search or Special Summon. Oop, and then it should prompt me for the other card. Now, should I have the player select the second card again? I'm not sure. I should change this string a little bit. It's a little misleading how it's written. Yeah, I think that makes more sense, even though it's kind of implied that the second selection prompt is for the second card. It makes more sense for the player to select the card again, so that they can see which one the game is talking about. So let's do this. about this? I think so. I think it should work. Let's see. Activate. 1, 2. So I pick the first one and I select search. And then I can only select the second one, of course. Shit. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. And then I can pick what to do with the king. Yeah. Okay. I think that's fine. I can't think of a better way to do this. Something that's a bit more friendly and not as ugly to look at. The loop is nice, but the problem with the loop is that you don't know for which card you're selecting what action to do. I think I'm gonna leave it like this for now. One thing is that the first effect needs... Actually, it doesn't need it, but... I'm gonna add this to the first effect. How does it go again? Let's see. It's a little fusion. Yeah, this line. Okay. Okay, so I think this is fine as well. So we can move on to the first spell. Joker straight. Normal spell. Discard 1 card, special summon 1 king, no, queen. 1 queen from your deck. Add 1 king or jack from your deck to your hand. Then immediately, after the resolves, you can normal summon 1 monster. You can special summon for the rest of this turn, except like warriors from the extra deck. And during the episode, discard the graveyard. Take 1 light warrior in your gears after the deck. If you do discard your hand, it's the same as the Joker. Okay, so there's a cost here, which I'm not sure why. This card is not a cost. I think maybe he just forgot about it. Okay, he has this card here, so I think he just forgot to remove it, probably. Or maybe he wasn't sure, I don't know. Anyway, you can only use this effect once per turn. Once per turn. Okay, you can only use each effect once per turn. How much per turn is here? Right, so let's check the functions. Okay, target. What does this do? Special summon. Discard 1 card. Special summon 1 queen. Search 1 king or jack. That's it. That's the mandatory stuff. So you need to have a free monster zone and a card to discard in your hand. And there needs to be a queen in your deck that can be special summoned. And there also needs to be a king or a jack that you can search. Okay. Category to hand. Category special summon. I think it's missing. This needs to be handless, I think. As in hand destruction, deck discarding. But there's also the summon category. Man, this is ridiculous. Category summon, because you can normal summon the resolution. Discard, normal summon. Oh wait, it's already here. I'm blind. Discard, normal summon, search, add to hand, special summon. Yeah, this effect does a lot of things. Okay. Okay, all the checks are here, and then when it resolves, let's special summon from the exit class to except light warriors. Let's special summon player target. Light warriors location extra. Oops. Not special summon from the extra deck except light warriors. I can type a swear, and then discard one card. Okay. I'll get location now. Okay, if you cannot discard or if you have no room, stop the effect right there. Select what you want to special summon. If you didn't special summon it, probably stop there. If you special summoned it, select something to add. Send to the hand. Okay. And then you check if you can, if there's something to normal summon in your hand. If there is, and you say yes, select, normal summon it. Okay. String here is probably not the right one. I think this would be 2 and this would be 3. If I recall correctly, we're going to see it in game. Okay, then the great effect. To hand to deck, take your row, field, phase end, targets, hand per turn, location grave, controller, light warrior, the blue deck. Is existing target, select target, send to deck. Okay, I think that's fine. It's the same as a Joker, I think. I should discard one. I have everything in my deck. I'm gonna check the condition. Monster Link. He's a light warrior. Attack Cybers. And this is cast in your graveyard. Okay. So we can try both effects. Right, so discard. Special summon Queen. Search King, naturally. Okay, so this prompt is wrong. Let's string them in. So maybe this is 3 and this is 2. They should say normal summon. Yeah. So if I say yes, normal summon this guy. Of course I can use his effect. Special summon Jack. And now I cannot summon the Code Talker. And then in the end phase I should be able to use the graveyard effect. The Ten King. Okay. Let me check the prompt. Also, I want to say no on the normal summon prompt. No. Okay. Okay. So this card seems fine as well. How much patterns are here? Okay. Let's move on. I'm trying to pick the pace a little bit. Base card Fusion. Normal spell. Fusion summon 1 light warrior. Using masters from your hand or field. If you control Queen, King, or Jack, you can use 1 master from your deck as fusion material. You can only activate 1 per turn. Okay. 1 per turn is here. Once per turn. The restriction, you can only activate 1. That's Blossom. Let's see. Some spaces here. FF filter, attribute lighter is word. This is what fusion monsters you can summon. F extra is the deck material. So if you control a face-up card that is Jack, Queen, or King in your master zone, then the upgrade deck. Left check needs to be at minimum 1 or maximum 1 rather. So this is so you can only use one from the deck, not multiples like Shadow Fusion, where there's no restriction like this in Shadow Fusion. Okay, so this seems fine at first glance. So let's have so let's do Arcana Joker, of course, and just to get the king, and actually we don't need Dova-Syndrome, just from the hand. Yeah, okay. Test. So now I should not be able to use it because I don't have quick materials. But if I summon the queen, I can use it with these three. Boop, boop, boop. Summon. Okay. Now to see the right. I want to put extra copies in the deck, so you can see that I can only use one for the deck. So yeah, because I don't have a jack in my field or hand, I'm forced to use a jack from the deck. Because if I use a king or a queen from the deck, then there's no jack. And I need to use all three for this, of course. So, boop, boop, boop. And there we go. Okay, just summoned. Okay, so this card is pretty much perfect. Good job, Eerie. Okay, now let's move on to the quick play spell, Thunderspeed Summon. What does it do again? It's the level 10, the Sphere Mode Searcher. During the main phase or battle phase, immediate effect resolves, no matter on level 10 monster, or if you control Queen, King, and Jack, you can play this instead. Search one level 10 non-dark with question mark attack. Then you can almost summon one level 10 monster, and you can only activate one per turn. So, hand search summon. That seems correct. Activate free chain once per turn. Condition is main phase or battle phase. Okay. Alright, and then let's see, what do you check in the functions here? Is existing matching card, filter location hand, summon filter I suppose, is summonable and is level 10. So there's a level 10 that you can summon in your hand, that you can normal summon. Or there is something to search, is type master, X attack -2 is how you check for the question mark attack. Is level 10, oops. What did I just do? Should be is. Not attribute deck is able to hand. Now this is fine and all, but over here you're missing the check that you have this check, that you have a knight. In fact, I'm going to borrow this. have the check here, return A or B. And again, because it's not determined what's gonna happen, it doesn't take version info. It's not guaranteed that you're going to search, it's not guaranteed that you're going to summon. Well, actually, it's not guaranteed that you're going to summon, because if you do search, it's optional. Okay, so I'm going to borrow the same way you do it in the operation. 1 second. Yeah, do this right here. That's because it's a little cleaner. So basically, A is you have something you can summon, or B, and B is you have a face-up knight. You have face-up knight, and you have something to search to apply the second part of this bullet point effect. So when this resolves, let's see. Again, we do A and B. Oh, actually, if you control. Okay, wait a second. Let's check. You need to control queen and king and jack, not just one of the three. So this check needs to be a little different. Let's see. This is gonna be a bit of a pain, but we'll manage. Code. And then we're going to pass each code separately. So jack, king, and queen. So B is that you control all three of them face up. You control queen, king, and jack. And there's something to search. Boom, boom, boom. And then we need to do the same thing here for B. So let me just paste it. There we go. Okay, if not A and not B, return. So if neither of them is true, if you cannot resolve either effect, stop right there. Now, this doesn't make a difference, functional difference. There's no functional difference, but I'm gonna show it. This is the same. So, not A and not B, not by, is the same as this. And this is obviously a little neat, like a little more neat way of writing it. So I prefer it usually. Okay, let's see. If not A and B, so if A is false, but B is true. So if you cannot do the first one, but you can do the second one, or B is true, and the player says yes, this is going to be the bullet point effect. Otherwise, it's the first effect. So the first effect, select someone as filter, also one level 10 monster. This should be Master Zone as well, because Gemini monsters do exist. And up here. Doesn't say normal summon from your hand or anything like that. Okay, select, summon it. Okay, if you select the bullet point effect, select something to search. Add it to the hand. Reveal it. Then you can normal summon level 10 master. So if you have something in your hand to normal summon after searching, and the player says yes, normal summon, I want normal summon, you select, and you just normal summon it. Okay. That seems fine. The strings are probably wrong, but I don't remember which numbers I added in the database. We're gonna see them in game, hopefully. Okay, so let's see. Right, normal summon level 10 master. Okay, let's use this to assemble everything on our field. Normal summon. Okay, we're going to use Book of Moon to make it so we don't control one of the three, so we can test just the first part. And then we need a level 10 master to normal summon, so let's go with Sliver. And then we're going to move him here to check the search part. Okay, let's go. Shuffle. Okay, so first of all, let's assemble our field. Special summon this, search this, normal summon it, and then special summon Jack, and we have our field. Now, if I activate this, I should be able to choose either effect. Oh no, I don't have anything to search, so obviously I cannot choose the second effect, my bad. So this is the first effect. Double summon. If I have a Slifer in my deck as well, I can choose either of the two effects. Or I should be able to at least. Special summon, search, yes, normal summon this. Yes, special summon Jack. Okay, so now I should be able to pick basically. Right, so this asks me if I want to apply the effect instead. I'm gonna say yes. Pick this, search it, and then pick if I want to normal summon or not. And I do so. Okay. And then if there's no Slifer in my hand, I can only do the second effect. Search, And then if I want to normal summon, I can normal summon it. Let's put the sniper back and try with Book of Moon. I should not be able to search. Okay. That seems fine. I'm gonna improve the strength later. But other than that, I think it's okay. Thunderspeed Summon. Okay. So yeah, this can search sphere mode. That's why everybody's going crazy about it. And it can normal summon sphere mode in the opponent's turn too. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave it down here so I don't forget about the strings. And then we're going to move on to the first trap card. Let's keep the script open. Joker's Wild. Normal trap. During the main or battle phase, send one spell from your deck to the graveyard that specifically lists all 3 knights. This effect becomes a spell's effect when it's activated. I'm going to use this one probably to test. And then during the end phase, the same shuffle effect. Okay. Quick chain, activate. Out of the turn. Main phase or battle phase. It does send us a cost. Let's see what's going on here. Is able to give us cost. And it lists all 3. It's a spell, and the activated effect is true. Okay, but then here, label object. Oh, this is for if it targets. Okay. Top filter. Set what's in card. Send to create cost. I don't know why this if is here, but okay. Get activate effect. Gets the label and the label object. Target. Run the target function. Okay, this is probably copy pasted from Verdant Quanta, I hope. Okay, yeah, it's copy pasted from Verdant Quanta. For some reason it has the save here. I'm not sure why. I feel like it's not needed. But anyway, I'm just gonna leave it as is. And then here, okay, this should be really copy pasted from Vedana Quanta, so yeah, pretty much without the restriction afterwards. So I'm not gonna touch it, it should be fine. Well, of course, I'm going to test it, of course, but it should be okay. And then the gate effect, hand deck trigger, it's the same as the other cards. Light worry with the deck. Okay, seems fine. So we're going to try by sending this. Let me just add a bunch of cards to fill up our hand a bit and have discard folder set. Okay, so at the main phase, send this, discard, special summon, seems to be fine, search, normal summon, and special summon, okay, seems good. This says, yeah, I'm gonna add the hint timing to both of these afterwards, because they're both main phase or battle phase, makes sense. Okay, and then the last, finally, the last Pokemon card. Court of Cards, continuous trap. If you control not masters or only control Queen, King, and or Jack, special summon one Queen, King, or Jack from your hand or graveyard. Okay. You can banish up to one each, Queen, King, and or Jack, from your hand and or graveyard to the same number of cards you banished. You can only use one effect per turn and only once per turn. Let's see, how those patterns are here. Special summon, quick, a zone, free chain, draw quick, a zone, free chain. Okay. SP Con. Control no masters or you only control the knights. Notice that this much in card. It's face down or notice called knight. Makes sense. Split it C, you have room, and there's the SP filter in your hand or graveyard, which is the knight, and it can be special summoned. Select, special summon, okay, that seems fine. Draw cost, draw P. Do some number of cards you banished. Let's see. Okay, so CG, what do you banish from? And graveyard. This is for spirit elimination, bullshit. Is code Knight. Able to remove as cost, location hand, or spirit elimination filter. Select and select group rescon, display can draw amount, and it's only one of each. I think an easier way to do this is get class count, basically just different names. Does this take another param? I forget. No. Select. Banish. Okay. Okay, seems fine, I think. Let's try it out. Yes, have these two in our hands. All three, I suppose. Okay. Let's set it first and try it out with no monsters. Okay. Thunder Graveyard. Okay. Let me draw 3. Okay. Let me add multiple copies. Okay, looks fine. Can finish early if I want to. Okay, let's try the if I have a face down, if I control king, I should be able to special summon still. But if I have face down, I should not be able to. So let's set. Nah, I should not be able to use the dual effect. Yeah. Okay, seems fine. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so this is the end of all the Pokemon cards. We have the Magnet Warrior card and the Union card left, which are gonna be done in a separate video. Okay, so thanks for watching. By the time you're watching this video on YouTube, the cards are already in the game. You can go try them out right now. So go and have fun. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye. Please check out the video with these two cards if you're interested. See ya.